Hello and welcome to Algebra 1, and this is the second part of 9.1, so still talking about graphing quadratic functions, but we're going to be a little more specific on our parts of our graph. So there are 3 points or 3 ideas behind a graph that we want to talk about. The first one is the vertex, and the vertex is the key to knowing that you're going to get the whole entire graph, because once you find the vertex, you know the very middle of the graph. And so the vertex is a maximum or minimum depending on if it opens up or down. And if you have that point, so if I can graph this point and I can graph, say, 2 points on either side of it, then I know pretty much where my parabola is. And plus the fact that parabolas are symmetric, I can use that to help me graph the points on the other side. So knowing where the vertex is key to graphing a parabola. So how do I find the vertex? And to do that, we're going to use what's called the axis of symmetry. And the axis of symmetry is a line that divides the parabola into 2. So if you actually took your parabola and folded it along that line, that it would line up. And so because it's a vertical line, it has an equation that is x equals. And so specifically, it is x equals negative b over 2a. Remembering then that we get a and b from our standard form of ax squared plus bx plus c. So if I could figure out the line of the axis of symmetry, then I know the vertex is someplace on that line. I just have to specifically then find the y value. And so to find the vertex, you're going to plug x into the equation, probably say the original, and find y. And so your vertex, so the x was whatever you got from that, and then we're going to plug it back in to find whatever y value we have. Okay, so to graph parabolas, here's your steps now. Okay, you're going to find the equation of the axis of symmetry. Then you're going to find your vertex, remembering that your vertex is a point xy. That is the x that you already found. And then you're going to use a table to find 2 points on either side of the vertex. So you have 5 points total, and then graph those points. So let's follow our steps to graphing, and as we graph, y equals x squared plus 2x plus 18. So the first thing is we want to write the equation of the axis of symmetry. So that is going to look like x equals, let me pick a pencil here. X equals negative b over 2a is our formula we wrote down. And what is a and what is b in this case? It's ax squared, so there's 1x squared, and it's bx, so there's 2x. So this is going to be negative 2 over 2 times 1, which is negative 2 over 2, which is negative 1. And you do always want to write your axis of symmetry with an x equals, because it is the equation of a line, so we got to get that whole x equals in there. So there's our equation of our axis of symmetry. Find the coordinates of the vertex. So we're going to take our original equation and we're going to plug in our x that we just figured out. So this is 1 minus 2 plus 18, which is negative 1 plus 18, so 17. So my vertex is the point 117. So we might have to tailor our graph a little bit. And is this a maximum or a minimum? So something we haven't talked about yet is if your a is greater than 0, so if your a is positive, not very good at my zeros, obviously. Let's try that again. That the parabola is going to open up, meaning it faces like this, in which case you have a minimum value. Now if a is less than 0, or if a is negative, your parabola is going to open down, which is going to look like this, and this point up here then becomes a maximum. So just by looking at this very first number, so ours is positive, which is greater than 0, so this is going to open up, and our vertex is going to be a minimum. Okay, so knowing that my vertex is negative 117, I really gave us the wrong graph, didn't I? Let's count, tell you what, let's count by fives. So they'll make that be a 10, a 20, 30, 30, 40, and 50. All right, so and I'm going to keep my x's counting by 1. So I know already I have negative 117. I know I have this point right there. And so I'm going to use a table. And if you want to put your vertex in your table, there it is. We want to do 2 x's on either side. So I want to do negative 2 and negative 3 on the left and do 0 and 1 on the right. And so we're just plugging those in like we did before. I'm going to use my calculator here to try to speed me along. So negative 2 we have 18, at negative 3 I have 21, at 0 I have 18, and at 1 I have 21. So this is a pretty, looks like a kind of a wider parabola. So at 0 we're at 18, 1 we're at 21, 18, 21. So it's coming in, comes oops, down and around like that. There we go. And so having known where the vertex was to begin with should have made it a little easier. Let's take a look at one more. So we want to do the same thing here in terms of finding out all of our information first. So axis of symmetry, x equals negative b over 2a, and in this case a is negative 2 and b is negative 8, because remember it's ax squared plus bx plus c, and signs matter. Okay, so we are going to make this be a negative 8 over 2 times negative 2. Well, negative 8, it's a positive 8 over a negative 4. That reduces to a negative 2. So my axis of symmetry is at x equals negative 2. And then I can use that to find my vertex by plugging negative 2 into my equation. So this is negative 2 times a positive 4 plus 16 minus 2, which I believe is going to give us 6. So then my vertex is negative 2, 6. And then is this a minimum or a maximum? So does this open up or down? And it's all based on this number. This opens down, which is going to make our vertex be a maximum. So let's graph it. So we already figured out our vertex is at negative 2, 6. And I know it's a maximum, so I know everything is going to be below it. And like I said, if you want that vertex in your table, put it in your table. So 2 points on the left, 2 points on the right. So negative 3, negative 4 are going to be the 2 points on the left. And negative 1, 0 are going to be the 2 points on the right. So negative 3 is at 4. Negative 4 is at negative 2. And you'll see then that this is coming down, which is what we thought. Except I can't, that's not a negative 2, is it? Let's try again. Negative 4, negative 2, there we go. And negative 1 is at 4, 0 is at negative 2. All right, so there is my parabola. So hopefully you see by finding your vertex ahead of time, it makes it a little less cumbersome on the rest of your points. So there is all of 9-1. Please let me know if you have any questions, and if not, I will see you in class next time. Have a great day.